semua, saya Jocelyn dari 5 Pintar selaku Ketua Pengawas pada tahun ini.
Dan saya Nia Amira dari kelas 5 Nurani selaku pengerusi PRS pada tahun ini.
Kami akan menjadi pengerusi majlis anda pada hari ini. Yang berusaha Encik Salim bin Zainuddin Jantan, Pengetua SMK Bandar Baru Sungai Long. Yang dihormati Puan Rosni binti Abdul Rahman selaku penolong kanan pentadbiran, Encik Om bin Arasad, penolong kanan Hal Ewan Murid, Puan Noraini binti Muhammad Yasin selaku penolong kanan co-curriculum, Puan Fazila binti Bakar, penolong kanan petang, guru-guru kanan mata pelajaran, barisan kaunselor sekolah, guru-guru dan murid-murid SMK BBSL serta para penonton YouTube Live tidak kira di mana anda berada. Terima kasih diucapkan kepada semua atas kesudian untuk bersama-sama kita dalam majlis yang istimewa ini, iaitu BUAL bicara bersama alumni UBSL tentang cabaran dan keistimewaan belajar di luar negara.
Wow, siapa yang begitu istimewa yang kita akan jemput pada malam ini?
Di sini ada satu video alumni ini. Marilah kita bersama-sama menonton video ini.
I remember when we were kids. They say we got one life to live. And when we grow up and show love and give all we can give, 'cause we got one life to live. And as the days go by, I never forget. I promise I'll remember that till the day we die. I know you and I gon' keep on singing as the sun goes up and the sun goes down. We gon' stay the same till our time runs out. 'Cause we live to love and we love to live where our hearts belong. We forever young. I remember when we were kids, there was some magic in the little rooms. We used to look at the sky as the clouds roll them by, and imagine that we were kings. And as the days go by, I never forget, I promise I'll remember that till the day we die. I know you and I don't keep on singing. As the sun goes up and the sun goes down, we gon' stay the same till our time runs out. 'Cause we live to love and we love to live where our hearts belong. We forever young. We forever young. We forever young. As the sun goes up and the sun goes down, we gon' stay the same till our time runs out. 'Cause we live to love and we love to live where our hearts belong. We forever young.
Wow, best kan video tadi? Okay, macam best je video tadi, betul tak? Rasa macam orang yang berkaitan dengan aviation ke, pilot ke, kan? Siapa yang kita jumpa malam ni, Jocelyn?
Dia Abang Zafran. Sekarang dijemput Abang Zafran ke YouTube Live. Selamat datang Abang Zafran. Welcome aboard.
Penumpang-penumpang YouTube Live sekalian, sila memasang tali kenderaan anda dan nikmatilah perjalanan program ini bersama Kapten Zafran.
Apa khabar Abang Zafran?
Alhamdulillah, sihat.
Baiklah, Abang Zafran mungkin boleh memperkenalkan sedikit tentang diri Abang Zafran.
Okay, Assalamualaikum semua. Okay, this is a bit awkward. Okay, anyways, Assalamualaikum semua. Nama saya Muhammad Zafran bin Muhammad Sofian. Saya tahun ni umur 22 tahun. Saya merupakan bekas pelajar SMK Bandar Baru Sungai Long, SPM tahun 2016. SPM tahun 2016. Dan sekarang ni saya berada di Prague, di Czech Republic, menjalani kursus latihan untuk menjadi seorang juruterbang di Czech Aviation Training Center di Prague, Czech Republic. Ya, dan sekarang ni saya berada di tahun yang terakhir. InsyaAllah saya akan graduate tidak lama lagi, insyaAllah dalam masa 2 to 3 weeks from now.
Ada tak Abang Zafran berjawatan semasa belajar di SMK BBSL?
Jawatan di SMK BBSL sewaktu Form 5, saya merupakan ketua pengawas pada Form 5. Itu je lah jawatan yang saya sandang sewaktu. I mean, ada a few other jawatan untuk club, societies dan sebagainya. Tapi one of it is saya merupakan ketua pelajar pada tahun 2016.
Nak tanya sikit lah, keputusan Abang Zafran masa SPM, Abang Zafran dapat berapa?
Alhamdulillah, SPM saya dapat straight A's.
Okay.
Okey, sekarang marilah kita memulakan dengan soalan-soalan ice breaking.
Okay, pertama. Abang Zafran okey?
Ya, okey.
Okay, soalan pertama yang saya nak tanya lah. Abang Zafran masa dekat Czech, betul ke?
Betul.
Czech Republic, Abang Zafran rindu tak makanan Malaysia?
Of course, rindu. Tapi dekat sini memang susah nak cari, memang tak ada pun makanan Malaysia. Kalau nak memang kena sama ada masak sendirilah. Tapi usually dekat sini my housemate ataupun my floor mates mostly semua orang Malaysia. So like I have juniors and some seniors as well yang daripada Malaysia. So kita orang selalu juga masak sama-sama, masak masakan Malaysia. So I think it's not really a problem lah. Kalau nak cakap rindu masakan Malaysia tu, of course memang lain masakan Malaysia dengan masakan dekat sini. Tapi yalah, we have to like be adaptive. Kalau macam teringin nak makan something tu, usually kita orang akan masak sama-sama. Macam kita orang pernah buat roti canai ramai-ramai dekat sini, macam tu lah.
Best tak belajar dekat luar negara?
Best tu best, tapi I think sama je kalau belajar dekat Malaysia ataupun belajar dekat luar negara pun ada dia punya pros and cons lah. So macam nak kata best tu of course best juga, tapi ada dia punya drawback ataupun dia punya yang tak best tu ada jugalah. Tapi yalah, macam sama je kalau belajar kat Malaysia pun ada juga yang ada yang okey, ada yang tak okey.
So berapa lama Abang Zafran belajar aviation dekat sana?
Course ni mengambil masa 24 bulan, 2 tahun lah to be exact, 24 bulan 2 tahun. So dia punya course structure dia 1 year ataupun 12 months adalah ground school. Ataupun ground school ni basically kita orang belajar teori, tak ada flying. It's basically everything is just pergi kelas dan kena jawab exam 14 papers in total. Dan selepas 12 bulan, kalau kita dah lepas ataupun dah pass all 14 papers, kita orang akan pergi ke next stage, which is the flying phase. Dan itu mengambil masa selama 1 tahun. Dan kita orang kena buat total flying hours is around 200 hours.
Pernah abang balik ke Malaysia dalam tempoh pembelajaran?
Sepanjang saya berada di sini 2 tahun, saya dah balik Malaysia 3 kali. 3 kali saya balik Malaysia. Yang pertama saya balik Malaysia tahun 2019, waktu tu ada Christmas break. Balik dalam sebulan, and then the second time saya balik tahun lepas waktu Hari Raya, dan tahun ni pun saya balik juga waktu Hari Raya. So total dah balik 3 kali.
Abang Zafran rindu tak cikgu-cikgu dekat SMK Bandar Baru Sungai Long? Kan Abang Zafran ingat lah.
Rindu. Saya nampak ada Cikgu Suziana, Cikgu Sri, Cikgu Herawati, ni semua cikgu-cikgu yang saya rapat lah dengan semua cikgu-cikgu ni. Memang saya rindulah dekat semua cikgu-cikgu SMK Bandar Baru Sungai Long. saya rapat dengan semua cikgu-cikgu dekat sekolah dulu.
Macam mana Abang Zafran boleh adapt culture dekat sana, kat sini ke sana?
Nak adapt in terms of culture, culture dekat sini, dekat European ni memang totally different. Tapi in terms of macam mana cara nak adapt, I think me myself memang senang nak adapt. I'm very adaptive. So macam in terms of nak adapt tu, it's not really a problem lah for me. Tapi macam masa mula-mula sampai tu, I was here in September. Masa tu dah nak start musim sejuk. So that's one thing yang susah sikit lah nak adapt in terms of cuaca. Sebab they have 4 seasons dekat sini. Tapi in terms of being adaptive tu, it's not really a problem lah. Sebab saya datang sini bukan seorang. Ramai lagi batchmate saya ataupun ada senior dan juga junior-junior yang daripada Malaysia. So kita orang dekat sini ada lebih kurang dalam 60 Malaysians. So in terms of nak adapt ataupun nak sesuaikan diri dengan keadaan dekat sini tu, is not really a problem lah. Sebab ramai Malaysians dekat sini and most of them memang kita orang semua duduk dekat satu building yang sama.
Macam mana Abang Zafran beraya kat sana? Sedih tak?
Tapi itulah, tak pernah lagi beraya dekat sini sebab 2 kali hari raya saya balik Malaysia.
Oh.
So tak sempat lah. Tapi macam kalau ada some events macam baru-baru ni, kita orang ada event Hari Malaysia. So kalau Hari Malaysia, kita orang akan usually embassy dekat sini memang akan jemput kita orang pergi dekat sama ada dekat rumah Malaysia, which is rumah ambassador, ataupun dekat embassy, office of embassy. Dan usually kita orang akan ada jamuan untuk event lah. Macam Hari Malaysia kita orang akan ada jamuan. Kalau Hari Raya, and the next event is going to be Hari Sukan Malaysia, I think next month kot. So kalau ada event apa-apa, memang embassy dekat sini akan jemput kita orang untuk pergi ke embassy and kita orang akan celebrate sama-sama lah. Memang selalunya kalau event dekat embassy ni memang kita orang akan memang happy lah ataupun memang excited nak pergi sebab memang kat sana memang the main highlight is the food lah. Memang kita orang semua pergi memang nak look forward for the food sebab memang kalau event dekat embassy ni obviously diorang akan masak makanan Malaysia lah mostly. Macam baru-baru ni Hari Malaysia last weekend ada nasi kerabu, ada keropok leko and all those stuff lah. Macam memang embassy diorang akan bawa makanan daripada Malaysia dan diorang akan masak dekat embassy dan diorang akan jemput kita orang semua. So memang it's fun lah kalau waktu ada event dekat embassy.
Ada rendang tak?
Rendang ada. I think last year waktu hari raya haji ada.
Kat sana ada petai?
Ada dekat sini ada, tapi dekat kedai Thai shop dekat sini tak ada kedai Malaysia tak ada, tapi ada kedai Asian shop ataupun kita panggil Thai food shop lah. Dekat Thai food shop tu memang ada jual macam petai, ada jual benda-benda yang susah nak dapat lah dekat Europe ni, tapi memang mahal lah. So kalau kita orang memang nak makan tu, memang nak tak nak kita orang akan beli juga dan kita orang akan masak.
Okay, kami nak main sedikit macam speed Q&A question lah dengan Abang Zafran. Macam kalau Abang Zafran selalu tengok dekat mana-mananya ada soalan-soalan poll tu macam this or that macam tu. Okay.
Boleh.
Okay, Jocelyn,
Coffee or tea? Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Burger or pizza?
Pizza.
Horror movie or comedy movie or tak tengok movie je?
Horror movie.
Ability to be invisible or mind reader?
Mind reader.
Oh, okay. Okay, tu je sebab sikit je soalan dia.
So slot seterusnya ialah soalan-soalan yang menarik sebab benda ni dirasai oleh Abang Zafran sendiri. Ialah pengalaman Abang Zafran. Soalan pertama, apakah cabaran yang dihadapi oleh Abang Zafran semasa belajar di luar negara?
I think cabaran yang pertama sekali is homesickness lah. Obviously, I think everyone will experience that, being homesick because you are very far away from home. Homesick sebab jauh daripada rumah dan juga in terms of time zone difference. Tapi homesick ni waktu awal-awal lah, waktu early stage macam baru sampai dulu memang agak rasa homesick. Dalam kadang-kadang tu usually kita orang, saya lah, me personally akan rasa homesick waktu winter. Sebab waktu winter ni dekat sini diorang panggil it's a depressing season. So waktu winter ni gelap awal, macam pukul 3 dah gelap, sejuk and tak ada matahari, it's very gloomy, it's a very depressing season lah basically. So usually it's not just me, even the locals here, diorang pun tak suka waktu winter sebab it's very depressing. And usually masa ni lah yang usually pelajar-pelajar yang international students, diorang akan start being homesick, because especially when you're alone at night, you'll start missing home, missing your country. I think that's one of the biggest challenges ataupun cabaran waktu baru-baru sampai sini, which is getting homesick. Tapi masa awal-awal tu tak rasa sangat sebab we were quite busy. Kita orang ada kelas almost every day. Kadang-kadang weekend pun ada kelas. So bila kita orang, when we were busy, you don't really get to feel homesick. Tapi usually kalau macam tak ada kelas, then you'll start feeling homesick lah. Tapi I think I'm lucky enough sebab as I said just now, dekat sini kita orang ramai, semua Malaysians, kita orang semua duduk dalam satu building. So I think that really helps supaya kita orang tak rasa sangat homesick sebab you can really feel like Malaysian culture dekat sini sebab the whole building, literally the whole building ni semua Malaysian students. They are either my seniors or my juniors. So yeah, that's one of the cabaran lah, which is homesick. And the second one I think is language barrier. Language barrier dekat sini sebab dekat Czech Republic ni English is not their first language. They don't speak, they do speak English, tapi English is not their official language and it's not their first language. They speak Czech language. So mostly dekat sini kalau ramai je yang boleh cakap English dekat sini, tapi usually kalau yang dah berumur sikit, usually kalau makcik-makcik yang kerja dekat supermarket tu, yang cashier, those people diorang tak boleh sangat cakap English, ataupun ada setengah orang ni diorang boleh je cakap English tapi they would rather not to speak English. So bila kita orang tanya can you speak English, diorang akan try not to start the conversation with us, diorang akan just ignore. So that's one of the challenges jugalah. It's quite tough sebab kadang-kadang kalau kita orang pergi macam for example nak pergi renew visa dekat dia punya foreign ministry, it's an official punya thing, tapi diorang punya staff memang tak boleh cakap English. So to the point that kita orang punya sekolah kena ada seorang translator yang ikut kita orang untuk buat renew visa sebab they can't speak English. So that's one of the tough things lah. And kadang-kadang diorang ni they get very grumpy kalau kita cakap English and diorang macam akan marah. Diorang cakap, oh no, it's not, we can't speak English, Czech only, you're in Czech, you should speak Czech, macam tu lah. Diorang macam bangga lah dengan bahasa diorang basically. Tapi tak semua, usually as I said, usually kalau yang muda-muda ni diorang boleh je cakap English and they speak English fluently. Tapi usually yang dah berumur ni diorang macam tak nak cakap English. Tapi most of our instructors, I think all of our instructors, they have to speak English sebab our courses is in English. So that's not a problem for us. Tapi ada setengah instructor ni diorang punya English is not so good. Tapi diorang bukan pilot. Yang ada, I remember one of my instructor, dia ajar subject meteorology. He's a meteorologist. So bila dekat dalam kelas dia sangat bagus, orang ni sangat bagus, dia very knowledgeable in terms of meteorology. Tapi dia selalu ada hard time in terms of nak try to bagi tahu apa yang dia sedang nak sampaikan. So dia macam kadang-kadang tu tengah-tengah halfway kelas tiba-tiba dia cakap dalam chat, dia macam tak sedar, tiba-tiba dia terus cakap dalam chat. So kita orang macam excuse me sir, we don't understand what you're talking about. So kadang-kadang memang kalau dia cakap English tu susah nak faham dia punya English dia. Tapi dia bagus, tapi dia menjadikan kelas tu a bit boring sebab kita orang susah nak faham dia punya English. Tapi that he's the only instructor lah yang I think dia punya English is not so good. Tapi the rest semua they all speak good English sebab I think all of our instructors are pilots themselves, so they don't have a problem speaking English lah. So most of them can speak really good English. So I think that one is not a problem lah in terms of language barrier dekat kelas. Waktu tengah training, most of our instructors semua can speak good English. It's just that day to day punya things macam nak pergi groceries, nak cakap dengan locals, that one is a bit problem sebab some of them they can't speak English or they would rather not speak English. Talking about English, Puan Nur Azlinda is my English teacher masa Form 1. Puan Nur Azlinda Ashikin. She taught me English masa Form 1, Form 2.
Sekarang pun she still taught us English lah. She taught me this year.
Cikgu Azlinda was my class teacher masa Form 1 and Form 2. Yeah, I think in terms of kalau challenges tu, as I said just now, the first one is being homesick, and the second one is language barrier, and the third one I think cabaran yang me personally rasa dekat sini is in terms of culture and religion. Sebab dekat sini most of the people here, they are either Christians or atheists, and there's also a number of Jewish people, Yahudi, orang Yahudi dekat sini pun banyak juga. They even have like a Jewish village here. So I still remember ada satu incident ni, me and my friend, it was 2 years ago. Kita orang pergi library nak study. It's a public library dekat Czech, dekat Prague. It's a beautiful library. Kita orang pergi library tu, so it was our first time there. Jadi kita orang sampai, kita orang kena register. So bila nak register ni, you have to write your name. And like macam my name ada Muhammad kan, Muhammad Zafran. Tapi masa tu I didn't write my full name. I just write my short name like Zafran. That's it. But one of my friend, dia tulis full name. Nama dia ada Muhammad. So bila kita orang nak submit form tu ataupun registration form tu, ada this one uncle. I think he's quite old. I think he's in his 40s or 50s. Dia dah tua dah. And dia tak cakap English, dia cakap Czech je. So bila kita orang bagi form tu, dia tengok, dia macam muka dia start macam jadi macam pelik lah muka dia. Tu dia pandang kita orang. Dia tengok nama tu dia pandang. Tengok nama tu dia panggil tu sini. Muhammad Farhan, my friend ni. Muhammad Farhan. Dia cakap, oh yeah, that's me. Lepas tu dia cakap, are you Muslim? Dia macam marah lah. Dia macam marah. Dia pandang, dia cakap, are you Muslim? Kita orang macam pandang isyarat, kita orang tak tahu. Tiba-tiba dia tanya macam tu. Tu my friend macam, yeah, I'm Muslim. What's the problem? Lepas tu dia start cakap, dia boleh cakap English pula masa tu. Dia cakap, oh, I don't like Muslims, they are terrorists. Dia start macam marah-marah kita orang lah. Masa tu, dia memang start jerit-jerit. Lepas tu dia terus cakap in Czech. Kita orang tak faham dia cakap apa, tapi dia memang keep on like throwing like bad words at us. They start cursing. So kita orang macam, okay, we are just here to study. What's your problem? Lepas tu kita orang just ambil the form and kita orang just terus gerak je. Yeah, so that's one of the incident that me myself experience here, which is ada je orang dekat sini yang Islamophobia. Ada juga this incidents happen to my seniors. Ada 2 orang my seniors here, dia orang pakai tudung, dia hijabis. So this is one time dekat dalam tram, I was not there but dia orang bagi tahu lah cerita ni. Dia orang dalam tram, and then masa tu it was quite ramai orang dalam tram tu, and it was very very noisy masa tu. So 2 of my friends ni yang pakai tudung ni, dia orang just converse lah macam normally. Lepas tu ada seorang makcik ni, she start shouting at both of my friends in Czech, but memang we can tell that she is pointing towards these 2 girls lah. And then I mean we don't want to assume, tapi macam ramai je lagi yang bising dekat dalam tram tu. Tapi memang dia macam marah-marah dekat these 2 ladies, and dia terus keluar daripada tram tu. So I mean I think we can kind of like assume that she doesn't like these two girls just because of their appearance, just because they wear hijab, you know. Tapi it's very rare lah, macam ada tapi it's very rare. So I think this is a few challenges. I think me personally, I don't really face that much of such things. Tapi these things does happen abroad, overseas, which we don't really get this in Malaysia. But it's interesting, you know, like we get to know that Islamophobia is a thing, you know. It really happens out there. Maybe it doesn't happen in Malaysia, but dekat European countries, it does happen. And dekat sini pun ramai Jewish people, memang ada perkampungan Jewish. Tapi I do have a few friends that are Jewish. Diorang okay je, I mean I'm good with them, they're good with me. So macam okay je lah. And I think that's one of the advantages juga, you know, I get to learn about their culture and they get to learn about our culture. And talking about culture, I remember my instructor dekat flying school. Masa ni dekat flying school, there's one instructor nama dia Mr. Kopsa. He's a young instructor. I think he's in his early 20s. So dia minat belajar bahasa. So dia tanyalah kita orang macam nak cakap hello in bahasa, macam mana nak cakap, you know, all those words lah. So setiap kali kita orang datang, dia akan cakap Assalamualaikum. You know, dia akan cakap Assalamualaikum. Dia akan cakap cuaca bagus. Those are the things lah yang dia akan selalu cakap. Tu je lah yang dia tahu cakap. So dalam radio, macam dekat dalam radio, in communication dengan tower dengan pilot. So macam kita orang kena communicate lah between tower dengan pilot. So I think last week, I don't know, I think I have a strong feeling yang this instructor taught everyone else masa kita orang nak arrival, nak datang, I mean nak buat landing dekat radio. Tiba-tiba radio tu cakap Assalamualaikum. Kita orang macam terkejut lah. Macam ada orang Czech yang cakap macam tu. So kita orang macam tak tahu nak reply ke tak. Macam tu lah. So it was interesting lah to study abroad, I would say.
Dekat sana ada masjid tak?
Dekat sini ada masjid, it's not really a masjid lah. It's like diorang panggil Islamic Cultural Center. Dia macam surau, macam masjid. Tapi ada dua yang, the one that I know ada dua. Ada satu tu tempat dia very dodgy. Dia dekat, macam masa first datang tu kita orang try cari juga masjid ni. Dia dekat, masjid ni dia dekat bawah tanah tau. Macam nak masuk tu kena lalu lorong-lorong, memang very dodgy, memang very scary. Dia dekat bawah tanah and atas masjid tu club. Night club lah. Seriously, atas masjid tu night club. So kita macam okay, this is something new. Dia memang underground, tapi mostly dekat masjid tu adalah orang Middle Eastern, orang Arab. Memang ada masjid dekat sini. Tapi dia tak selalu buka lah. Diorang selalu buka waktu solat je. Kalau masa waktu tu biasa, usually diorang akan kunci.
Dekat sana solat Jumaat masih diperketatkan ke atau not as Malaysia?
Dulu memang tak boleh langsung solat Jumaat sebabkan COVID. Tapi sekarang ni diorang dah buka tapi tak ramai yang boleh masuk. And diorang dekat sini solat Jumaat memang tak ada social distancing pun. Memang diorang solat rapat-rapat. Tapi diorang limitkan lah the amount of attendance diorang limitkan. Tapi usually yang datang pun orang-orang diorang je lah. Mostly like Arabics, like Middle Eastern people yang akan pergi solat Jumaat.
So based on apa yang Abang Zafran experience ni, memang macam first of all memang very interesting lah kan, and very scary too about the Islamophobic. Saya sebagai seorang Muslim macam scary juga lah dengan macam tu kan. But memang tak boleh nak buat apa lah sebab kita kat negara orang, bukan negara Islam kita sendiri. So
Betul.
that's one of the thing lah kan. So apa kata Abang Zafran ajar kita orang sikit bahasa Czech?
So I think I can teach you guys this one. This is very common lah. Dia macam Assalamualaikum, dia macam hello. It's called Dobry dan. Dobry dan. Dobry dan. Dobry dan ni macam, it's like a very common thing lah. Kalau kita jumpa orang je, dia akan cakap Dobry dan. Dia macam hello.
Dobry dan.
Dobry dan, yes. Betul. And
Interesting.
satu lagi orang dekat sini, dia some of them are very friendly. Macam even though you tak kenal diorang pun, tengah-tengah jalan diorang akan cakap Dobry dan, good morning. Macam they are very nice lah, nice people here.
Okay, next question. Apa keistimewaan belajar dekat luar negara bagi Abang Zafran lah?
Keistimewaan ya. I think one of the thing yang I really enjoy ataupun I think macam something yang I really appreciate that I had experience was that I get to fly in all 4 seasons. I get to fly during winter, during summer, during autumn and during spring. So the view is very different. For example, I remember flying during winter. During winter memang the view was superb lah, especially kalau waktu tengah snow. Waktu tengah snow, I still remember pernah take off dengan landing dekat runway yang fully covered with snow. So that was one of the experience that I'll never forget. It was such an amazing experience lah, being able to take off and landing at the runway full of snow. And the view from above waktu winter, you boleh nampak memang putih semua, dekat bawah memang putih waktu winter, and then waktu spring, you boleh nampak kat bawah macam ada bunga-bunga. Waktu autumn, you can see like kuning, memang dekat from above, you can see, bila you tengok dekat ground, you akan nampak memang it's all yellow, it's all like orangey, which is very beautiful. So yeah, I think that's one of the thing yang I think it's very fun for me myself. I experienced it, that I was able to fly in all 4 seasons, which I think I would not experience that in Malaysia. Tapi it was fun. It was really fun being able to fly in all 4 seasons. The view was amazing. The experience itself. Yeah, I think I think I enjoy flying during winter the most lah. Sebab the view was really nice. Macam dekat atas memang it's totally white. Pernah sekali tu, I remember it was snowing. And I was about to land back to my flying school and it started snowing very heavily. Memang waktu tu, I was doing my approach and masa tu it started to snow very heavily. Which was really beautiful lah masa tu. Yeah, that's one of the experience that I'll never forget.
Nak tanya, kenapa Abang Zafran nak belajar kat overseas?
That's a good question. I think the reason was because actually yang nak jadi for me to come here, it was a last minute decision. It was a last minute plan sebab I actually after SPM, I went to Taylor's College. I did my A-levels. Masa tu after A-levels, I actually applied to study law. I applied to study law. dekat UK universities, and masa tu tahun 2019 I was supposed to go to the UK tahun September 2019. I actually got an offer already from a few universities. Tinggal nak accept je offer tu. Tapi last minute, I don't know why, I macam rasa macam, do I really want to do this? Sebab memang being a pilot has always been my dream lah masa tu, I would say. Macam like I've always wanted to be a pilot. Tapi masa tu pilot, macam nak cakap, masa tu pilot punya job was not that much dekat Malaysia. Macam tak susah nak dapat kerja masa tu dekat Malaysia. And then 2019, the aviation industry was totally different. Masa tu memang they are lacking of pilots. They need a lot of pilots masa tu. Even masa tu airlines pun like diorang recruit cadet pilot banyak sangat, sampai setahun macam Malaysia Airlines diorang buat 2 kali, AirAsia pun ada buat opening 2 kali. So masa tu I realised macam, oh, this is a good time for me, you know, to venture into this aviation industry. So masa tu I was a bit scared lah masa tu to tell my parents that I wanted to do piloting. Tapi I macam beranikan diri juga. I told my parents that I think I want to change my course. You know, I don't want to do law. I want to do piloting instead. So masa tu memang last minute. I think it was May. And I was supposed to fly to the UK in September. So masa May tu I have to decide lah whether I need to reject or accept the offer. And then masa tu I made up my mind. I do consult a few other people lah, tanya pendapat diorang macam mana, apa semua. And I ended up making a decision that I want to pursue piloting. Tapi the problem is, if I want to pursue piloting masa tu, kalau I want to enroll in a local flying school, contoh dekat MFA, dekat Melaka, ataupun dekat Hisham Aerospace, dekat Langkawi, and a few others lah, ada a few other flying school. Masa tu tak banyak sangat flying school, sekarang ni yang banyak. Masa tu tak banyak sangat flying school. And most of the flying school memang semua penuh. Kalau nak apply to flying school, you have to wait, you have to queue. And I have a friend, dia queue untuk masuk flying school 2 tahun. Memang lama sebab ramai orang yang apply, tapi slots are very limited. So masa tu I was thinking, kalau I apply right now, I have to wait for 2 years, and 2 years I'm not doing anything. So macam I need to find something else kan. So it's either I go and do my degree or I don't do anything. Tapi masa tu I don't know how, I can't remember exactly how, I saw this website or like macam advertisement online saying that ada opening untuk cadet pilot, tapi dia bukan dekat Malaysia, dekat Czech Republic, dekat Prague. It was under Skyvex. If you guys know, it's an agency lah basically. It's under Skyvex. Masa Skyvex was really new. Diorang tak pernah lagi hantar any cadet. So masa tu I was a bit worried juga lah, macam is this a legit company ke? Is this, you know, it might be a scam, you know. Sebab to do licensing ni it's a bit different. Sebab contoh ramai pilot-pilot Malaysia yang diorang buat license dekat Filipin. Case ni memang ramai diorang buat dekat Filipin, tapi Filipin it's cheap. Ramai student Malaysia pergi Filipin sebab murah. Flying dekat Filipin murah, tapi the thing is Filipin punya license is not recognised in Malaysia, which means kalau you dah dapat license dekat Filipin, you dah balik Malaysia, you tak boleh apply kerja dekat Malaysia using that license. So macam basically you're just wasting your money buat flying dekat Filipin. So masa tu this agency cakap diorang ada buat flying tapi dekat Prague, dekat Czech Republic. So macam I was a bit curious juga, and my dad pun like did a few research. Diorang macam try and search whether this, but diorang cakap diorang ada CAM approval. CAM approval ni basically CAM stands for Civil Aviation Authority of Malaysia. It's an authority lah basically. It's an authority that governs the aviation industry in Malaysia. So setiap flying school kena dapat approval daripada CAM. So masa tu diorang claim that they are approved by CAM, but then kita orang macam tak percaya sangat. So we did our own research, and apparently they are approved by CAM to conduct this training lah. So masa tu I think this is a good opportunity sebab first I don't have to queue, which means I can straight away go. And masa tu diorang ada opening bulan April. Diorang ada opening bulan April 2019 and September 2019. So I was supposed to join the April intake, tapi tak sempat sebab April intake tu sebab masa tu tak apply visa lagi. Tak sempat sebab tak ada visa. So I ended up going for the September intake. So the reason why I come here, it was actually very last minute pun, tak plan pun actually. But I think that was the best opportunities lah, sebab kalau tak, if I want to do it in Malaysia, I have to wait for, I don't know, 1 year or 2 years to get into flying school. So it was really a last minute decision lah for me to come here. And we were actually the first, I'm the second batch. So macam this program baru lagi, it's very new. So the first batch was in April and kita orang fly bulan September. So kita orang ni memang macam newbies lah, macam guinea pig dekat sini. So everything was pretty new dekat sini. Macam there's a lot of improvements that needs to be done. Tapi alhamdulillah everything goes well dan nak habis dah pun insyaAllah. So back to the question just now, kenapa I decided to study here was really a last minute decisions lah, and I think it was not really my intention pun to come here, but this is the only country yang approved by Malaysian authority to do our flight training, which means once we graduated from Czech Republic, kita orang punya license tu it's valid to use in Malaysia. Sebab kalau this flying school, it's not macam, for example, I can't just decide to go to contoh I want to go to the UK nak buat my flying. I can't do that sebab I can do that, tapi the thing is UK punya license is not valid to be used in Malaysia. Macam tu. So I don't really have a choice lah. Basically, I don't really have a choice to choose which country I want to go.
So apa pengalaman yang paling best lah bagi Abang Zafran masa belajar dekat Czech?
Pengalaman yang paling best, I think pengalaman yang paling best is flying lah. Flying was really fun. Being able to fly in Czech Republic, in Prague, was really fun sebab the aviation here is totally different in Malaysia. Dekat sini banyak sangat airport. It's not airport lah, it's called airfield. Macam kita orang fly 2 minit dah ada airfield lain. 2 minit dah ada airfield lain. Memang banyak gila airfield dekat sini, which is totally different from Malaysia. Diorang punya general aviation dekat sini was really good. Ramai orang kat sini fly for fun. Macam diorang just fly as a hobby, macam weekend diorang pergi fly. Diorang ada glider dekat sini. Memang general aviation dekat Czech Republic ni is really good lah. It's like one of the top, I think. So I think best experience that I've experienced was flying in Czech Republic itself. And getting to know how the aviation in Czech Republic works. And I think flying in Czech Republic was like one of the best experience
lah. So yang Abang Zafran bawa dalam video tadi tu apa nama dia? Apa jenis kenderaan tu?
So dia macam ni, dekat sini kita orang ada a few phases. The first phase kita orang kena fly single engine. Single engine means engine satu kapal pula, engine satu engine. Kapal satu engine. Once you are done with that phase, kita orang kena fly twin engine. Twin engine means a plane with more than one engine. So in my case, I'll have to fly a twin engine aircraft. So yang the video just now tu, it was a single engine. It was a Cessna 152. So I've flown Cessna 150, I've flown Cessna 152, Cessna 172, and the latest one I've flown is Diamond, DA42. Nama kapal tu DA42, Diamond 42. It's a twin engine propeller aircraft.
Bagaimana dengan pengalaman pertama Abang Zafran?
Pengalaman pertama. Apa tu? Flying. It was amazing lah. Masa first time dapat fly tu, I remember my first flight. My first flight, it was amazing, and my instructor was really good. He's really nice. The first experience masa first time fly tu memang best lah, memang best. And tapi the thing is, my first flight, I got really dizzy, rasa pening, rasa mual. Masa first flight tu rasa macam, oh shit, macam can I really do this? Tapi when I asked my instructor, dia cakap, oh, this is normal, you will get dizzy, you will get macam motion sickness lah basically first flight. Tapi alhamdulillah after that okay dah, tak ada motion sickness. I have one junior right now, dia memang mabuk. Even dia dah fly like 10 kali, dia still memang mabuk. Macam after lunch je dia terbaring kat lantai, dia rasa pening, So macam those are the experiences lah. And I think my first flight was really nice lah. I remember flying for the first time. It was fun, like macam tak percaya lah. Macam when I was airborne, I was like, oh, am I really doing this? So it was really fun. And I think the most unforgettable one was my first solo. My first solo was like, that's, I think, not just me, every pilot in the world, they will definitely remember their first solo. First solo means kita orang kena fly seorang-seorang for the first time, which means we are kita orang seorang-seorang dekat dalam kapal tu lah basically. So that's just our first solo flight. And first solo flight is something that all pilots will remember for the rest of their lives. About being you yourself, you are the only one being in control of the plane. You fly by yourself, all alone in the plane. So anything happen, it's all on you. So it was really an amazing experience lah. I still remember my first solo masa tu. Masa dah take off tu, I was like, oh, am I really flying this plane? Macam tengok sebelah tak ada instructor. Macam tu lah. Macam, am I really doing this alone? Sebab selalu kalau fly sebelah ada instructor. Tapi masa first solo flight tu, tengah-tengah fly, tengok sebelah macam, tak ada instructor lah. I'm the only one here. So it was a great feeling lah, knowing that you have full control of the plane. Kalau apa-apa jadi, it's all on you. It was a great experience and it was something that I'll never forget.
So maksudnya
Sebelum-
sebelum oh sorry. Go first. Go first.
Oh.
Okay lah. Maksud sebelah tu ada instructor tu, maksudnya there's two flight jalan sama-sama ke apa?
Oh no. I mean sebab usually how our flight training works is dekat dalam kapal akan ada the students and also the instructor. The instructor ni is basically cikgu lah, kita orang panggil dia instructor. So usually I mean obviously kena ada orang ajar lah macam mana how to fly the plane. So usually the first few flights akan fly dengan instructor, and once the instructor rasa you are ready to go, you are ready to go solo, which means diorang dah rasa like you are able to fly alone, diorang akan release you for your first solo flight. So once diorang dah release your first solo flight tu, which means diorang takkan ada kat sebelah lah, means you fly sorang-sorang. Maksudnya dalam kapal tu, you are the only one in the plane. Tak ada instructor, tak ada cikgu dekat sebelah lah basically.
So sebelum Abang Zafran pergi ke sana, Abang Zafran ingat tak pesanan-pesanan atau kata-kata mutiara daripada ibu bapa Abang Zafran?
Apa dia? Sorry, say again.
Pesanan ibu bapa Abang Zafran ingat tak? Sebelum pergi ke sana.
I think sebab I've been back to Malaysia like 3 times. So macam pesanan my parents, I think it's just the same lah, macam jaga diri, like take care of yourself. Yeah, I think it's all about that lah. Tapi macam sekarang ni tak susah pun, macam like we have FaceTime, we have video call, so it's not really a problem pun. Like you can always video call your family or anything.
So soalan terakhir lah, macam due to pandemic sekarang kan ada COVID-19 semua tu, and ramai pekerja-pekerja sektor aviation ni macam lost job. Lagi-lagi kat Malaysia, macam hari tu masa COVID dekat Malaysia ramai pekerja daripada Asia tak silap hilang kerja, mas pun. So apa pandangan Abang Zafran about that?
Pandangan, I think sebab aviation industry ni is a very volatile industry, which means memang akan ada naik turun aviation industry. Even back then, masa I can't remember which year, tapi pernah jadi waktu there's a financial crisis, economic crisis, masa tu aviation industry was like going downhill. So macam benda ni, it was something like expected lah, I would say, sebab it's a very risky job and it's a very volatile industry. Sebab aviation industry ni there's always ups and downs. For example, kalau ada any pandemic happens, then memang akan terkesan teruk. Tapi bila aviation industry ni was doing well, then it's really like booming, Tapi in terms of like my own personal view, macam even my instructors themselves, my current instructors, ramai yang airline pilots. I think most of them are airline pilots. Diorang buat instructor ni sebagai part-time job. So most of my instructors, diorang memang fly for airlines. And masa, I think a few months back, masa peak pandemic, diorang memang tak ada kerja. Memang as in, tapi diorang tak kena buang. Diorang tak ada kerja, as in diorang tak fly. Macam sebulan tu memang diorang ada 1 flight, 2 flight. So when I talk to them, diorang cakap macam memang terkesan, as in terms of diorang punya gaji financial wise memang terkesan. Tapi diorang cakap diorang macam like they are very grateful lah sebab diorang still ada job as an instructor. And tapi the thing is right now, I think this month my instructor, ada 2 orang instructor, diorang dua-dua airline pilot, diorang first officer dekat Smartwings. Smartwings ni is a low cost punya airline dekat Czech Republic. Dekat Europe lah, it's a low cost carrier. Diorang both of them are first officer. And I haven't seen them dekat flying school sebab they have been flying a lot. Macam bulan ni diorang memang fly banyak sangat, to the point that diorang memang tak ada masa nak mengajar. So I think the aviation industry dekat Europe is really recovering right now. Memang dah banyak flight. It's just that in Malaysia right now is still slowly recovering. But I'm very confident that one day in I don't know, in a few months or maybe in a year or two, the aviation industry will start growing again. It's just a matter of time. So I really hope lah, inshallah, hopefully that the aviation industry will recover and everything will go back to normal.
Okay, so memang macam menarik betul lah Abang Zafran punya pengalaman dekat Czech on how you complete your aviation punya studies. Okay. So I have last question. Sebelum nak tutup tirai kan, apa tips-tips Abang Zafran untuk mendapat straight A?
Okay, it's been almost 4 years since I left school. So macam tips. I think the most important thing is you have to be hardworking. Obviously, you have to be really hardworking. You need to have a goal. You need to know what you want. So first, you need to have a goal. You need to know what you want, because once you dah tahu what you want or what is your goal, then you will definitely work hard to achieve it. Right? You will do whatever it takes to get it. So I think the first thing that you need to have is you need to have a clear goal on what you want in life or what you want in school. And I think secondly is kena dengar cakap-cakap cikgu lah dekat sekolah, like just be close to your teachers. Tanya pendapat cikgu ataupun kalau tak tahu apa-apa, just tanya je cikgu. I think cikgu-cikgu Sungai Long ni memang they are like great lah. The teachers are like really great. Memang they are very dedicated. One thing about SMKBBSL punya teachers, they are like really really dedicated. Like sampai sekarang I will never forget lah their sacrifices, diorang punya pengorbanan in terms of nak mengajar student tu memang super lah. They are like amazing teachers, I remember just to pick a few lah, macam I remember my maths teacher, Puan Zeti, my maths teacher. I'm not sure whether she still teaching in Sungai Long. Puan Zeti ajar maths. Puan Zeti is like, she's so hardworking lah. She's like so dedicated to her work. I remember macam kalau kita orang ada kelas tambahan lepas sekolah, macam pukul 2, pukul 3 kita orang ada kelas tambahan dengan Puan Zeti. For example, kelas tambahan tu sejam setengah ataupun 2 jam. Okay, lepas dah habis kelas tambahan tu, usually kalau habis lah kan. Tapi macam kalau kita orang ada banyak lagi soalan nak tanya, padahal masa tu dah dekat 2 jam dah kelas tambahan. So what she did was, masa tu dia kena ambil anak dia balik sekolah, if not mistaken, something like that lah. Masa tu basically dia dah ada kerja lain lah, basically dia kena balik lah basically. Tapi what she did was, she said tak apa, you guys just stay here for a while. Dia akan pergi ambil anak dia hantar anak dia balik rumah, dia datang balik sekolah just to teach us, So I think these are the kind of dedication yang macam Masya Allah lah. It's like amazing lah, their dedication in terms of like to teach their students. Yeah, so I think SMKBBSL punya teachers, they are like really really amazing teachers lah. They are like really dedicated. Not just Puan Zeti, like ada ramai lagi cikgu-cikgu yang memang like super lah, cikgu-cikgu yang pernah ajar saya. Cikgu chemistry, my chemistry teacher Puan Syahida, my physics teacher Cikgu Siti Nuridawati, siapa lagi Cikgu BM, my BM teacher Cikgu Prema. Ramai Cikgu BM yang pernah ajar saya. Cikgu Rashiha pun pernah ajar saya, Cikgu Wan pun pernah ajar, yang saya nampak lah dekat komen-komen ni, Cikgu Wan, Cikgu Rashiha, Cikgu Nolia and a few other teachers. Cikgu Sumita. Cikgu Sumita was one of the great English teachers lah, Cikgu Sumita. Sure, I really miss all my teachers, Cikgu Asnah, Cikgu Bani, Cikgu Akmal, and other teachers as well. Yeah, so back to the tips of scoring straight A's in SPM. I think it's really about you yourself, how you manage your time, how you study, and how is your relationship with your teachers lah. If you have any question, just go and ask your teachers. Jangan malu nak tanya cikgu kalau tak faham. Just go and ask your teachers, and of course you have to be hardworking lah. You have to like really put in the effort if you want to get like good grades. Not just about straight A's. It's about satisfying your own desires lah. If you desire to get straight A's, then you have to really work hard for it. Yeah, I think kalau tips nak dapat straight A's ni, I think everyone will say the same thing lah. Just work hard. Be nice to your teachers, listen to your teachers punya teaching, punya instructions. Yeah, and have a goal, I guess. Yeah.
Masa Abang Zafran mention cikgu sekolah, Abang Zafran nak nangis ke tu?
Tak ada.
Okay, so now kami akan membuka soalan kepada penonton-penonton YouTube live yang berada dekat ruangan komen.
Macam mana Abang Zafran dapat masuk training center ni or diterima belajar kat sini?
Macam mana nak dapat masuk training center? Training center ni, as I said just now, I apply through like an agent, not really an agent lah. Diorang macam orang agent. I would say, I don't know, but they say they are not an agent, tapi I'm not really sure. But yeah, I applied through them. It's an agency called Skybags. So Skybags ni basically is an agency that send cadet pilots to Czech Republic, to Prague to be specific, to undergo their pilot training. So back to the question, how I apply is basically just go to their website or just give them a call saying that you want to apply for it. And if you meet all the requirements, diorang ada a few requirements that you need to meet. And yeah, I think you just have to, apply for it, and insyaAllah you will get to it. And then kalau macam dekat Malaysia, if you want to apply to flying school in Malaysia, it's a bit different. First, you need to apply through CAAM, Civil Aviation Authority of Malaysia. You need to apply through them. And then you can buat medical class 1. Medical class 1 is basically a medical checkup lah, medical class 1. You can pass medical class 1 and then you can apply through CAAM. And then CAM akan check out whether you are qualified to apply to go into a flying school lah, any flying school. So once that is done, then you apply dekat flying school straight away. Contoh kalau you nak masuk MFA, you can just go to their website and apply on their website. And of course, they have their requirement as well lah. You have to meet their requirements.
Okay, soalan kedua daripada Aiman Rami. Do you experience barrier language between you and ATC Tower?
That's a good question. Sebab dekat Czech Republic ni, one thing, English is the official language between pilots and ATC obviously. Tapi ramai local pilots lah, I would say local pilots yang diorang tak cakap English. Which is not wrong sebab diorang punya regulation says that they can either speak, ni bukan dekat control airport dia ada dua jenis airport. Satu airport kita panggil control airport, the other one is uncontrolled airport. Control airport ni usually airport yang besar lah, airport macam KLIA, Penang Airport, airport yang besar. Tapi that's the thing, dekat Malaysia dengan dekat sini it's a bit different. Macam as I said just now, dekat sini ada 3 international airport and ada banyak sangat local punya airfield. So dekat local punya airfield ni ramai local pilots yang fly dekat local airfield ni. And the thing is, bila kita orang fly dekat overhead aerodrome ataupun dekat overhead airfield local ni yang uncontrolled, diorang ada control tower. And kita orang kena report dekat control tower saying that our intention lah, sama ada kita orang nak cross airfield tu ataupun nak buat apa-apa lah. Kita orang kena report our intention. Tapi ramai pilot local pilots yang fly small aircraft lah usually, yang fly Cessnas macam for fun. Diorang tak cakap English. So bila kita orang report in English, diorang senyap je. Tapi bila kalau fly dengan instructor report in Czech, diorang suka, diorang akan reply back in Czech. So I think that's one of the language barrier lah, which is not a good thing lah, I would say. Even instructors themselves pun diorang complain juga, diorang cakap kenapa kalau someone dah cakap in English, why don't you reply back in English? Why do you have to reply back in Czech? So macam memang susah jugalah at first. Tapi the reason why kita orang report bila kita orang lalu dekat aerodrome uncontrolled ni is to avoid collision, as in kita orang bagi tahu kita orang punya kedudukan lah, basically kita orang bagi tahu our location just to inform other aircraft yang ada dekat surrounding areas yang okay, we are here, so they have to look out for us supaya tak berlanggar lah basically. But then since kita orang dah report our intention, kita orang dah report our position, so I think and what we have to do kalau diorang tak reply back is kita orang kena tengok luar lah, basically tengok luar and make sure tak ada kapal lain yang that going yang fly dekat-dekat dengan kita orang lah basically. So in terms of language barrier, I think flying dekat uncontrolled airspace ataupun dekat uncontrolled airport, yes, there's a language barrier, which is not a good thing, which is very dangerous, to be honest. It's very dangerous. Tapi kalau you fly dekat controlled airspace, dekat controlled airport, they speak really good English. They have like really good English. Their English are like superb lah, sebab all ATCs, all air traffic controllers, all pilots, kita orang kena ada English. Kita orang kena macam dekat Malaysia nak masuk universiti ada MUAT kan. Kalau nak jadi pilot pun ada English dia juga. Kita panggil ICAO English, International Civil Aviation Organization English. So kita orang kena ambil exam tu. And exam tu dia ada band 1 sampai band 1 sampai band 6 tak silap. Band 1 sampai band 6. So kalau you dapat, the minimum that you need is band 4. Which means kalau you tak dapat band 4, you dapat lower than band 4, you tak boleh jadi pilot. No airlines will hire you. You need to have at least band 4, minimum of band 4, and it can go up to band 6. So English is like really important lah in aviation industry. You have to like really speak good English. So kalau nak cakap the communication barrier tu, as I said, kalau you fly dekat control aerodrome, dekat international airport, usually tak ada masalah lah. Memang they speak like really good English. Tapi the thing is, pasal aviation industry ni, it's very interesting sebab kalau you pergi dekat negara-negara lain, contoh kita orang pernah dengar ATC communication dekat China for example, diorang cakap English, tapi English diorang it's very they have accents lah. Diorang punya English ada accents, Chinese accent, which is really strong. Sometimes kita orang tak faham diorang cakap apa. Macam dekat Czech Republic ni, ada satu flying school, nama flying school tu FR. Flying school tu dia ramai cadet pilot daripada China, daripada Sichuan Airlines. Diorang banyak hantar students from China pergi flying school tu dekat Czech Republic. So kalau kita orang fly dekat areas tu, memang kita orang akan dengar dekat radio. Kita orang akan dengar dekat radio conversation pilot tu dengan ATC. Memang sometimes ATC pun tak faham diorang cakap apa, sampai ATC cakap can you like speak slower or like can you be much more clearer or precise, macam tu lah. Sebab diorang punya English is very like diorang punya accent is very strong lah. Sometimes you tak faham sangat apa diorang cakap, but it's kalau like for example, kalau kita orang tak faham apa diorang cakap, we can always ask them to repeat lah what they are trying to say, and we can ask them to speak either slowly or like speak much more clearer for example. So communication barrier tu, it's a big thing lah. Communication in aviation is really big sebab you have to communicate. There are we call it like three golden rules lah. 3 golden rules in aviation, which is the first one, you have to fly the plane. The first one is fly, the second one is navigate, and the third one is communicate. So communication is like really important in aviation. Tapi and sebabkan communication ni pun banyak accident yang berlaku, banyak accident lah, macam ada crash yang berlaku sebabkan miscommunication between pilot dengan ATC. For example, I can like bring up one incident lah. This is a very famous accident yang berlaku dekat Tenerife Island. You guys can check it out dekat Google ke dekat YouTube ke, it's very interesting. What happened dekat Tenerife Island ni, ada collision between 2 aircraft. I can't remember what aircraft. If I'm not mistaken, it's a 747. It's a big aircraft. 2 aircraft, diorang collide dekat runway. And the reason why diorang collide dekat runway is because of miscommunication between pilot dengan ATC. So what happened was the pilot cakap you are not clear for takeoff yet, something like that lah. Dia cakap like dia cakap macam you have to line up on the runway, tapi dia tak clear lagi for takeoff. Tapi what happened was ada 2 kapal dekat runway opposite side. So this aircraft tengah rolling, and this aircraft still dekat runway lagi. And masa tu visibility was really bad. Masa tu I think it was during winter. Masa tu visibility was really bad. Masa tu banyak kabus. It was very foggy. The visibility was really bad, so you can't really see what's going on around you. So they can't really see lah, dekat opposite runway tu ada satu lagi kapal. So what happened was the pilot misheard or misunderstood what the ATC say, and diorang collide on the runway, and it was like the fatality was really huge lah. I think it was like everyone on board died. No one survived the crash. Yeah, so macam like in terms of communication, in terms of languages ni, memang it was really important. Memang kita orang ada banyak sangat kelas communication. Kita orang ada kelas English, kita orang ada kelas and even English pun ada banyak jenis English. Kita orang ada IFR English, kita orang ada IQ English, a lot of English lah basically. And communication ni memang sangat-sangat penting. Kalau if you are not good in communicating, then you are not qualified to be a pilot lah.
Soalan seterusnya. Nak dengar Cikgu Suziana, nak dengar suara Zafran bagi arahan sebagai kapten dalam penerbangan.
Saya student pilot je. Saya tak bawa kapal lagi, so kita orang tak perlu pun sebenarnya bagi announcement ni. Sebab dalam kapal tu paling ramai pun ada 3 orang je lah. Saya, instructor saya dengan kadang-kadang ada kawan ikut kat belakang. Tu je lah. So kita orang tak perlu pun sebenarnya buat announcement macam ni kat airlines kan, yang selamat datang apa semua tu. Sebab kita orang tak ada passenger pun. So kita orang memang tak ada pun sebenarnya announcement ni. It's just yang apa kita orang buat is basically communication between pilots dengan air traffic controller lah, ataupun dengan radar ke, dengan apa-apalah.
Daripada Chairman Pong, is there a big difference between flying the twin engine and the real airplane?
I don't really get this question, to be honest, sebab twin engine aeroplane is a real aeroplane. We fly a real airplane as well. So I don't really get the question. So what do you mean by that? But yeah, when
Airplane
apa?
yang besar tu kot.
You mean what's the difference between flying a small plane and like a big plane kan?
Mungkin.
Uh, Obviously the difference is the system. Macam kalau you fly like small plane is very simple lah. Macam it's very simple like small planes dia punya instrument is very simple, it's very light. Tapi kalau kapal besar yang macam Boeing, Airbus, it's a very huge plane. The system it's very complex. The system is very complex. So even macam after I will be graduating, saya tak boleh straight away bawa Airbus, tak boleh straight away bawa Boeing. Tak boleh, memang tak boleh sebab kita orang we are not trained for it, we are not type rated for it. So usually apa yang berlaku kalau pilots student pilot ni diorang dah habis training, diorang dah habis training means diorang dah graduate and diorang kena apply for a job, right? So what they do is usually diorang akan apply to any airlines lah, tak kisahlah Malaysia Airlines ke, AirAsia ke, Emirates ke, any airlines. So once diorang apply for the airlines and once they got accepted, what will happen is that airline tu sendiri akan determine. For example, kalau I apply to Malaysia Airlines ada Boeing 737-800 for example. Usually new pilots they will fly that lah sebab it's a small plane, it's a narrow body plane. So what will happen is that pilot-pilot yang tak ada experience ni, yang baru graduate, diorang tak boleh straight away fly those big planes. They have to undergo what we call as type rating. Type rating ni is basically macam it's a specialization punya course lah, which aircraft you want to fly. For example, kalau you nak fly Boeing 737, airline tu akan hantar you untuk buat specialization on that plane. So in that training, diorang akan ada ground school, diorang akan ada theory class, and diorang akan ada simulator session. Maksudnya akan masuk simulator, you can fly that plane, and after you dah pass all the exams, after you dah qualify to fly that particular plane, and then only then you boleh fly macam Boeing ke Airbus ke. So dia tak boleh macam once I dah graduate I nak terus fly Boeing, I nak terus fly Airbus. It doesn't work that way lah. Macam you have to be rated to fly that particular airplane. So I think the difference is it's huge difference. Tapi the flying principle is the same. Macam to fly a plane is the same. The principle is the same. It's just the difference is how the system works lah basically. It's more complex.
Next, daripada Haj, how Abang Zafran build a confidence dalam ambition atau occupation Abang yang Abang sedang buat sekarang?
How you build confidence? I think confidence, talking about confidence, it's true you can build confidence. I still remember back then when I was in primary school, I was a very timid little kid lah basically. Like I'm not outspoken, I'm very shy. I don't really dare to be in front of the class even, Tapi I still remember masa form 1, this is reminiscing back to those days. Waktu form 1, I still remember dengan Puan Nur Azlinda Shikin, my class teachers lah masa form 1. Masa tu dalam kelas I was appointed as the ketua kelas. Masa tu I was not confident at all. Memang I was really shy, memang tak berani pun nak jadi ketua kelas. Tapi Cikgu Nur Azlinda masa tu macam, yeah, you can do this, Tapi so macam slowly lah, the confidence like slowly build up. You have to like really train yourself, as in you have to macam challenge yourself. Like for example, I'm a debater. I join a lot of debate competition as well. Macam it's not just debate lah, macam model United Nations, ada all sorts of competitions lah I will join. Sebab the reason why I join all those competitions is because I want to be more confident, I would say. Macam like I know that I have a drawback or like a weakness, for example. I know that I have a weakness, and how you can tackle it is basically you have to face it. Macam tu lah. So kalau you think that you are not confident enough, then you have to do something. You have to do something to build up that confidence.
Okay, next question daripada Wan Maisara. What was your goal?
What was my goal? What was my goal? If what was my goal is to be a pilot, I guess. But what was my goal? Tapi if you ask like what is my goal right now, My goal right now is, to be honest, like what I want is just to get a job. Like I just want to get a job after this, inshallah. Hopefully I can get a job. Yeah, so I think, or time SPM. Oh, you mean time SPM? Or goal time SPM? Goal time SPM. My goal time SPM is basically to get straight A's lah. That is my goal, to get straight A's. Of course lah, my goal masa tu memang I was really aiming high. I wanted to get straight A plus masa tu. My goal was to get straight A plus, tapi tak dapat pun straight A plus. Tapi alhamdulillah lah, like like I'm still grateful lah that I managed to, like my target was really high lah. I wanted to get straight A plus, tapi yeah, but I still get straight A, so alhamdulillah. So my goal masa tu memang like to get straight A's lah. That was like my ultimate goal. I just want to get straight A's. And masa tu my class was like really competitive. My class masa tu, it was like super competitive. Everyone was like studying really hard. Kalau waktu exam tu memang it's very competitive lah. Everyone wants to get like the highest mark, the highest score. Dorang tak nak A, dorang tak nak. They don't want A, they want A plus. That was my class lah back then. They were like very competitive with each other. Macam tu lah.
Seterusnya dari Nur Azlin, macam mana Abang Zafran consider dalam pelajaran?
Consistent. Macam mana consistent? I think it comes back to the point of your goal. Like, what is your goal? If your goal is to get like straight A's, then you will definitely be consistent in your studies labs. For example, if you macam like slack off a bit, then you have to tell yourself that, oh, what is my goal? Like what is that I want to achieve? So that kind of like motivates you to be consistent. Like for me, I'm not the type yang study last minute, as in I cannot study last minute. I will get like super stressed out. So I'm the type yang kalau nak study, I have to start early basically. I have to like really start early. Kalau tak, I'll get like super stressed out. I'll get like messed up. And I will get like demotivated. Kalau macam towards the end, I don't get it. Macam I will feel like really stressed. And usually kalau during when I'm studying, I will really focus lah when I'm studying. Like when I'm studying, I will like really study, like focus and just finish whatever that I'm doing at that time. And kalau tak faham anything, I will straight away ask cikgu-cikgu. Sebab I don't like to macam mana kumpul lah. Macam kalau tak faham, tak apa. Like kumpul-kumpul. And at the end, me myself, I will get stressed out. Macam, there's a lot of things that I don't understand. So macam I don't like that. So what I'll do is kalau tak faham something, I will consult lah. I will consult my teachers sampai faham. Selagi tak faham, I will keep asking them.
Soalan seterusnya daripada Rit Siap. Can you fly a helicopter?
I can't fly a helicopter. I wish I can. Helicopter, fun fact, helicopter's license is much more expensive than the normal aeroplane punya license. Helicopter is expensive to fly. The license itself is very expensive, and for me to be able to fly a helicopter, I need a different license. So I need to pay more and get a helicopter license lah. So it's different. So I can't fly helicopter.
Dari Martini, ada tajaan ikut kursus penerbangan ini dan berapa kos keseluruhan untuk mengikuti kursus ini?
Tajaan. Okay, I do have a few seniors and a few juniors as well. Diorang bukan ditaja, tapi diorang under MARA. Dia under MARA. It's not a sponsorship, it's like a loan. So how they got it is basically diorang Malaysia Airlines. Dia Malaysia Airlines punya cadet. This was before COVID. This was before COVID. Masa tu Malaysia Airlines ada buka opening untuk cadet pilot. So these people, diorang apply for Malaysia Airlines. They have to go through all the stages lah. They have to go through like interviews. They have to go through like tests and etc. So once they got accepted for Malaysia Airlines, ada sesetengah group diorang they were sent to Czech Republic lah. They were sent to Prague, Czech Republic, and these groups diorang entitled to apply for MARA. So sebab masa tu Skyvex, Malaysia Airlines dengan MARA, diorang ada some sort of like relationship lah basically. So MARA decided to not sponsor but like loan them money to all these cadets, and they are here because of MARA lah, basically like MARA pay for their course fee. And berapa cost tu I'm not too sure honestly. I'm not too sure exactly how much is the total cost. You can check it on the website. They do have it. But like flying is not cheap lah. I would say flying is really expensive. It's not just here. Even in Malaysia pun flying it's a very expensive punya course. Dia macam even medicine kan, kalau nak study medicine, nak jadi doctor pun it's very pricey. Yeah, it's the same like pilot juga. It's very expensive. So I think this is macam this is like a big constraint juga lah for those yang nak jadi pilot, because it's not cheap, it's expensive. So there are a few options lah on how you can actually get funding. First is through airlines. Kalau airlines ada buka cadetship, it's easy for you to get loan, like bank loans or I don't know, like Mara for example. Tapi sekarang because of COVID, no more airlines are opening cadetship. InsyaAllah in the future hopefully. Tapi yeah, there's a few other ways lah. Macam I do have a junior yang he did a personal loan untuk datang sini untuk belajar untuk jadi pilot. So he did like a personal loan, and yeah, basically loan lah, like you have to apply for it like a personal loan. Yeah, tapi if you ask me, is it worth it? Is it worth it to spend like such a huge amount of money just to be a pilot, right? I think the return is not now, but the return is when you start working, because first, if you are really passionate in flying, if you really if flying is really what you want to do, then I don't think it's a waste of money lah, because if I don't see the point of you doing something that you don't like, like for example, if you do something macam if you are in a job tapi you tak suka pun, you will feel stressed, you will not like that job lah. So macam even my instructors yang airline pilots, diorang cakap diorang suka kerja pilot ni. Diorang memang diorang rasa pergi kerja tu bukan pergi kerja. Diorang rasa pergi kerja tu macam they are excited to go to work, because that's what they really like. That's their ambition. That's their passion. Diorang suka pergi kerja. Saya macam tu lah. Macam selalunya orang mengeluh kan kalau nak pergi kerja macam I don't want to go to work, blah blah blah. Tapi based on what my instructors told me lah, they really enjoy flying. Macam they like going to work, Tapi of course lah, there's like drawbacks as well. Yeah, but as I said, if you are really passionate in flying, if you really wanted to be a pilot, then just go for it,
Soalan seterusnya daripada Su MZ. Lepas habis training ni, Abang Zafran nak continue kerja sana ke or balik KL?
I'm not sure myself, to be honest, sebab sekarang ni dekat Malaysia, I don't think there's a job opportunities for pilot. Yeah, tapi dekat Europe sekarang ni, there's a few airlines yang dah buat opening. For example, Ryanair, Wizz Air, ni semua European Airlines lah. European Airlines, diorang dah start buka, diorang dah start buka opening for pilots. So insyaAllah, I'll just try for it. I'll just go for it. I'll just apply, and if ada rezeki, insyaAllah lah. Wherever it takes me lah. Kalau ada rezeki dekat Malaysia, then I'll go back to Malaysia. Kalau tak, if I get a job in Europe, then why not,
Next soalan daripada Aiman Ramli. If you have an opportunity to study aircraft maintenance and engineering, would you like to study?
To be honest, no. Because I think aircraft engineering is like, it's different from flying, I like flying, tapi in terms of technicalities, it's not really my thing lah. Macam even dekat dalam during flying, masa kita orang buat exam tu, 40 papers tu, kita orang ada kena buat subjek dipanggil AGK, airframe general knowledge or aircraft general knowledge lah basically. Basically dekat dalam subjek tu kita orang kena belajar pasal electrics, pasal electronics, pasal engine and all those stuff lah basically. Macam engineering lah basically. Even my instructor was an engineer masa tu. Tapi honestly, I don't really like that subject lah. It's very technical. It's too much technicalities. I find it quite boring. So if I was given the chance to study aircraft maintenance, maybe not. And because aircraft maintenance pun it's not cheap. It's quite pricey as well. So macam I wouldn't want to waste my money on something that I'm not into.
Okay, so berakhirlah sesi temu bual bersama Abang Zafran, aka Captain Zafran to be. Okay, so izinkan, belum. Sebelum tu saya nak Abang Zafran berikan sedikit ucapan khas untuk cikgu-cikgu kat sini. Itulah mengajar Abang Zafran dan kepada semua cikgu sekalian.
Okay, ucapan untuk cikgu-cikgu, saya nampak ada few cikgu-cikgu dekat comment section ni. Cikgu Aznalisa. Cikgu Aznalisa ajar saya physics waktu form 4, form 5 if I'm not mistaken. Dengan Cikgu Siti Nuridawati pun ajar saya physics juga. And there's a few other teachers that I can see on the comment section. Cikgu Rosmawati, Cikgu Bani, and the rest lah, Cikgu Yusnita, Cikgu Wan, and a few other teachers. Ucapan untuk cikgu-cikgu, saya rindulah sebenarnya. Saya rindu sekolah. Saya rindu, I miss my school life lah, to be honest. It was amazing lah. It's something that I'll never forget. School life is like amazing. I really enjoy my school life, and the teachers just make it much more wonderful to be in SMK Bandar Baru Sungai Long. So untuk ucapan cikgu-cikgu, saya berharap insyaAllah lah one day we can meet. Maybe I can go back to school or something. InsyaAllah, yeah, and hopefully I'll see you guys on board.
Okay, so next mungkin macam kata-kata semangat untuk bakal-bakal SPM candidates macam kami bulan 3 nanti.
Okay, untuk SPM, I think just not say just chill lah, but don't be too hard on yourself, you know, just relax, just believe in yourself. Inshallah, everything will be fine. Just work hard, do your best, and just enjoy everything that you're doing. If you are studying, enjoy your study. If you are having class, enjoy your class. You know, enjoy whatever you are studying lah. Just have fun. If you are having fun, then inshallah lah, you will not feel stress. Yeah. Kalau macam like you are studying something, just make sure that force yourself lah. I would say force yourself to like it. Kalau macam, if for example like you are studying sejarah kan, if you don't like sejarah for example, but try to find a way that will make you like it somehow. Macam, I don't know, macam like try to trick your mind lah, basically trick your mind saying that I really like sejarah, you know, like sejarah is easy for example. Macam, yeah, just try to trick your mind and inshallah lah, it will be easy. And yeah, just work hard, stay consistent, take care of your health, I guess. Sebab sekarang macam everything is online kan, you guys punya classes everything is online, so it's a bit different lah masa during my time. Sebab my time we don't really have online, memang tak ada online class pun lah masa tu, everything is physical class. So we had fun at school lah with the teachers. Ada kelas tambahan, memang ada kelas, you know, kelas tambahan memang like every day sampai petang dekat sekolah. It was really fun and tiring as well, tapi I really enjoy it. So I would like to say thank you lah. Thank you to all the teachers yang pernah ajar saya ataupun tak pernah ajar sekalipun. Thank you so much. Like I wouldn't be here without all the teachers. Thank you so much to all the teachers, to the counselors, Cikgu Noliah. Cikgu Noliah dulu memang like we were really close lah with Cikgu Noliah and all the counselors, all the teachers dekat sekolah dulu. And I think ramai juga cikgu-cikgu yang dah tak berada di SMK Bandar Baru Sungai Long sekarang ni. So if you are watching this, thank you so much for everything. Terima kasih. I really appreciate all the sacrifices that has been done. I really hope that we will meet one day, insyaAllah.
So sebelum nak mengakhiri benda ni, Abang Zafran pun tak belanja sikit-sikit
Bahasa
Mandarin
Mandarin.
language,
Apa? Sorry?
bahasa Chinese.
Oh, okay.
Saya cakap Muslim.
Okay, that's one thing lah. Macam my Mandarin is like dah lama dah tak cakap. Okay, I have like one Chinese junior dekat sini. That's the only guy that I speak Mandarin to. Kalau tak dulu dekat sekolah memang like most of the time, because most of my classmates are Chinese, so like memang we communicate in Mandarin. So it's been like quite some times lah that I didn't speak Mandarin, but I'll try.
我们可以讲什么东西？
Anything?
Tak dengar, tak tahu lah.
Cuba try lah yang simple sikit, macam ni hao ma.
Ni hao ma.
How?
Kan Abang Zafran tak ingat dah nak jawab apa.
InsyaAllah ingat tu ingat lah, tapi it's a bit macam there's a few vocab yang dah tak ingat. Kalau macam nak suruh tulis tu maybe like I still can write, but maybe macam a bit slow. Nak baca pun macam sometimes I still can read, tapi macam ada a few characters yang macam like I don't understand. Macam tu lah.
Contoh.
Contoh? I don't know. What should I say?
Cuba kalau memperkenalkan diri abang in Chinese.
OK，我的名字是 Zafran，我今年22岁，我住在吉隆坡，祝大家I don't know 晚安 I
身体健
guess
康
good night，身体健康。
Jocelyn approve tak?
Okay.
Okay, so berakhirlah sudah kita punya program malam ini. So kami mewakili pihak sekolah dan murid yang ada dekat YouTube Live hari ini ingin berterima kasih kepada Abang Zafran yang sudi meluangkan masa untuk bersama kami selama sejam 21 minit, dekat sejam setengah juga kita borak-borak semua. So kat sana pukul berapa sekarang?
Sekarang pukul 4.20. Dia 6 jam ke belakang. 4.20 petang.
Okay, so izinkan saya mengakhiri program ini dengan kata-kata mutiara. Berakhir sudah majlis kita. Moga bersua akan datang. Andai ada tersasul kata, salah silap, mohon dipinta. Thank you for choosing our line as your holiday companion. Hope to see you again and have a nice day. Bye.
Bye-bye.